Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I just woke up today and I had a bad dream about Bitcoin. It looks like Bitcoin and Ethereum are getting hammered pretty bad, along with all the other cryptos. And I'm going to talk to you guys about what has pretty much turned into a complete crypto winter. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, the major drop in Bitcoin, and what this means for this market, and whether or not you may want to consider staying hanging around or you want to hit the exit door. So get comfortable, buckle up a seatbelt. We're going to get started in the Black Financial Channel right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are B1. B1 means Black first. Black first means we put our community at the top of our priority list. Black first means that we want our people to win. Black first means we educate our kids. Black first means that we teach our families economics at the highest levels, and we believe in powernomics. If you think that's okay, if that works for you, then please put a hashtag B in the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. That means that we are doing this for the community. We're doing this for the culture. We're doing this for our people. We're doing this so we can win. Hello, Andrew Murphy and Duran and Tuan and John and Jay Kendrick and Andrew. I see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. If everybody could take one moment, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to start off with a yes or no question. How many of you own Bitcoin? How many of you have bought Bitcoin, or maybe not just Bitcoin? Give me a yes in the chat if you own Bitcoin, Ethereum, any kind of crypto out there. Even Dogecoin. Give me a yes or no if you have participated in the crypto markets in the last year, or no if you have not. Let's see. I see Cynthia Rhodes says yes. Andrew Murphy, Nova. Hey, Angela, how are you? Good to see you. Anita English, I see you. Okay. Anita says no. Okay. Tuan says yes. Lisa says yes. Tiffany says yes. Okay. So a lot of you have participated in crypto, and I don't blame you. I mean, crypto is a beautiful market. There's a lot of interesting things happening there. I think it's going to continue to be interesting. It's not going to go away. It's not going to die. But at the same time, there is a transformation. There's a big, fat, gigantic, massive tectonic shift in what's happening in this market. This market right now is in absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Talking about thunderstorm, hurricane, earthquake, forest fire, you name it. You name it. It's all happening right now in the crypto markets, and this is not tough to predict. This was something that everybody knew was eventually going to happen. Crypto winters have happened before. Everyone sort of kind of had a feeling that crypto was going to be sort of the last hired, first fired, meaning that crypto was the primary beneficiary of this irrational behavior that we saw during 2020. Crypto was the main beneficiary. Crypto, SPACs, crappy stocks were the beneficiaries of the insanity that took place over the last, say, 3, 4, 5 years. The Federal Reserve was pumping so much liquidity into the market that money was cheap. Money was easy to obtain. So as a result of this, you saw massive amounts of speculation. You saw speculative bubbles like no other. I mean, in the NFT market's crazy to me too, because you literally have people paying $500,000 for a pixelated, ugly picture of a monkey. Why would I want a picture of a monkey looking bored and pay $400,000 for it? Well, the reason I do it is because I think somebody else is going to pay me $500,000 for it, and it's going to be okay. Well, it doesn't mean it's not going to be okay. It just means you might have to wait for your money. So anyway, let me jump into this. I'm gonna read this Wall Street Journal article about what's going on in the Bitcoin market. The reason I'm doing this conversation today about Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else is because today Bitcoin hit a milestone. It dropped below 20,000 for the first time since December 2020. Ethereum dropped below 1,000. So if you are a believer in these markets and you're looking for a chance to get in cheap, maybe this is your chance, maybe not. The problem that you have is that you don't know where the bottom is. You don't know. If you knew this is the bottom, then yeah, you should buy everything. But the Bitcoin could drop to 10,000. Bitcoin could drop to 5,000. Bitcoin could drop to 25 cents. Bitcoin could drop to zero. Just make sure you're clear on understanding that. So here's what the Wall Street Journal has to say about Bitcoin. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And by the way, my website is boycewatkins.com if you ever want to come hang out and get free information sent to your email. All right. The price of Bitcoin lurched below 20,000 and below, a level widely monitored by cryptocurrency enthusiasts as a brutal sell-off in crypto showed no signs of abating. Bitcoin fell as low as $18,739.50 and stayed below 20,000 on Saturday, according to CoinDesk, losing 72% of its value from its high in November. Concerns about the Federal Reserve's actions to tame higher than expected inflation have pushed both stocks and cryptos into a bear market. Big names in the industry, including Coinbase, the biggest crypto exchange in the US, have recently announced job cuts. There is no specific significance to the $20,000 level, but the price slid below 19,783, a previous high water mark in 2017. Quote, "It will be a lot of pain for a lot of investors," said Yuya Hasegawa, a market analyst at Japanese crypto exchange Bitbank Inc. "People will lose confidence in the crypto market as a whole, but seasoned crypto investors and those who believe in its long-term prospects will see an opportunity to buy at discounted prices." So I'm going to ask y'all a question. I want you to give me a one-word answer. Everybody answer this question for me. Do you see the drop in the price of Bitcoin as an opportunity to buy or as a reason to avoid? So those are the two answers: buy or avoid. How many of you have looked at this and said, "Man, I'm going to buy. I'm going to go and take my little extra cash I have on hand, and I'm going to go buy me some Bitcoin and buy me some Ethereum and buy me some Stellar Lumens, maybe." Or how many of you have see it as like, okay, I'm going to stay away from crypto. This is a little crazy. I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you a hint. The hint is that there is no right answer to this question. Just so you know, there is no right answer. Okay, I see a lot of buys. I see a lot of excited. Okay, well, a lot of your answer, in my view, is driven by what I would almost call your economic religion. Your economic religion is what drives you to either believe in crypto or not believe in crypto. You either believe it's going to make a comeback and everything's going to be great, and Jesus is going to rise on the third day and everything's going to be fine, or you believe that this was all a bunch of nonsense from the beginning and that this is just a reflection of reality setting in. You see, there are some experts out there. I'm talking about super smart people, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, who believe that crypto never had any inherent value in the first place. Do I agree? Not entirely, but that's an argument that they've made. It's quite valid because crypto does not produce anything. Crypto, you can't live in, you can't buy a bunch of crypto and live in it. You can't take the crypto and rent it out and make money from it. The crypto doesn't produce automobiles. It does like a company does, or it doesn't make a product. The crypto just sits there. It just sits there. It's a trophy wife. It's a financial version of a trophy wife or a trophy husband. And it just sits there looking cute, waiting for somebody to come along and buy it for a higher price. That's what Buffett referred to as the bigger fool theory. And I don't disagree with that entirely. So when you buy into crypto, you are taking a little bit of a chance that no one else is going to buy it for more than what you paid for it. Because for all you know, Bitcoin could have been severely overpriced ever since the price went past $20. Now, the reason that you might believe in crypto is because there's a good reason to. There are millions of people who are heavy enthusiasts when it comes to crypto. There are millions of people who believe in the crypto space. There are millions of people who are bought into the idea of crypto as a concept because they believe in it for reasons that have nothing to do with money and finance. They believe that this is a place where you can have what's that word? Libertarian freedoms when it comes to what happens with your money. You can get away from central banks. It gives you an alternative currency that can support third world countries. There are lots of great things happening with crypto that are absolutely beautiful and that have inspired millions of people all around the world. Why does that matter? Well, because if millions of people are inspired to believe in something and stick to it through thick and thin and keep coming back no matter what, then that increases the likelihood that that thing is going to survive. You know, if you have a little ugly baby, a little sick, ugly baby, and you love that baby to death, and you really want to make sure that baby's healthy, and you're nurturing that baby, and you're watching that baby all the time, that baby has a much better chance of survival than a baby that is neglected. So crypto, particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum, are never going to be the neglected baby. There are people that will stay on the ship until the ship sinks to the bottom of the ocean if that is necessary. But so what does this mean? This means that the reason I would tend to disagree a little bit with Gates and Buffett is because I think that they underestimate the value of people's beliefs and the value of the crowd and the value of people's attention and the value of things that people want. What makes Facebook a valuable platform? Well, it's valuable because we all know about it and we believe in it. We want to be a part of it. If we suddenly didn't want to be a part of it and didn't believe in it or didn't know about it, then Facebook's value would drop tremendously. So value to some extent is in the eye of the beholder. Value is something that is partially created through these psychological processes. Part of the reason that the market is struggling right now is because a lot of people don't believe in the stock market anymore. They're afraid of the stock market. They're running away. A lot of retail investors don't believe in it. So that's why you're seeing these prices drop. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to break this down a little bit more for you. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And also, if you are interested, I did put together a lecture series called The Rules of Economic Survival and Self-Defense. And basically, I designed this 2-3 years ago for times like this, for tough times, or how to survive, how to figure it all out, how to make things work for your family. So if you are interested, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. The link is right there at the top of the page, and you can actually use the code word Dr. Boyce to get 20% off. So if that's of interest to you, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com, and the economic survival plan is right there. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to read a little bit more of this article here. And it says individual investors have received margin calls with about 260 million of collateral pledged by about 80,000 retail traders liquidated over the past 24 hours, according to data provider CoinGlass. That compares with $1 billion earlier this week. Now, here's what this is getting into. This is one of the reasons why I'm not surprised crypto is getting its butt kicked right now. What you're witnessing right now partially is what is called a deleveraging. That is when all the leverage, all the borrowing, all the debt that people were taking on to invest in crypto is starting to struggle because the value of your underlying collateral is starting to drop. A lot of the people that are heavy in the crypto space that became overnight crypto millionaires and billionaires, they're gunslingers. They're big risk takers. And because they are big risk takers, they're seeing that risk has a bright side and it has a dark side. This is why you should never listen to anybody who tells you that you should automatically go out and get a whole bunch of debt and a whole lot of leverage. The people that say, oh, well, you get your property, take the equity out, put it on another property, then take the equity out, then put it on another property, and then flip it and flip it and flip it and flip it. Yeah, you're going to flip yourself right into the depths of hell. You're going to flip yourself right into bankruptcy court if you're not careful, because there's a reason why having an anchor of equity can be beneficial to you as an investor. Yeah, it's some money that's sitting there, some capital that could be deployed that you haven't actually optimized, but that stuff is what saves you when the market goes dark. When times get hard, cash becomes king, even in an inflationary environment. Even when there's inflation, when times get tough, cash is king. The strongest investor on earth right now, in my opinion, is a guy by the name of Warren Buffett, who sat his 91-year-old ass on $160 billion in cash and hasn't hardly made a move, even though everybody was telling him to go invest in this, go invest in that, put your money in crypto, go do that. Warren said, no, I'm chilling. I'm relaxed. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until all you suckers start seeing the value of your equity decline. You start getting margin calls, and then you start to push your distressed assets onto the market at fire sale prices. And then you're going to see me go in here and go shopping. That's exactly what people like Warren Buffett do. That's what you call value investing. And so effectively, what I would say to you is that what you're witnessing in crypto, the reason that you're seeing these coins go bankrupt, I think there are a couple of stable coins that literally have depleted to almost nothing. They're not even, one of them, was it Celsius? I can't remember what the name of it was, but one of them literally told their investors, you can't have your money. Think about it. I mean, imagine this. You can't, wait, you're telling me I can't have the money that I put in your little crypto bank? Are you playing with me right now? Right? That's an interesting thing. And one of the things that's interesting about this market is that, again, with the freedom and the libertarian values that are on display with the crypto space, and I agree with it. I mean, I actually voted libertarian. I mean, don't get mad at me for it, but that's what I think. I think freedom is a good thing. The downside of that is that ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't no central bank that's gonna come in and bail you out. So what you're witnessing right now, somebody used this term in an article that I read. They use the term survival of the fittest, survival of the fittest, or I would say almost survival of the smartest, or I would say survival of the most prepared. So your strong cryptos with very strong infrastructure, where people have made sound investment decisions, those cryptos, those companies, those situations are going to be fine. But what you're going to see simultaneously is a collective wiping out of billions and billions of dollars of artificial value. The total value of the crypto market, if I'm not mistaken, was about $3 billion a couple months ago. Now it's dropped to less than $1 billion. It has completely disappeared. So let me read a little bit more here. It says individual investors have received, hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. We talk about economics on here every day. We do it from a Black perspective. I don't apologize for that. So, but you ain't got to be Black to be here. But I do speak from a Black perspective because I'm a Black man, and that ain't gonna change. All right. So individual investors have received margin calls with about 260 million of collateral pledged by about 80,000 retail traders, liquidated over the past 24 hours. As a growing number of previously high-flying crypto firms have been feeling the pain in what has been dubbed a crypto winter. Cryptocurrency lender Babel Finance told customers Friday that it was suspending redemptions and withdrawals from all products, citing, quote, unusual liquidity pressures. One of the largest crypto lenders, Celsius Networks LLC, hasn't let users withdraw funds for roughly a week, citing extreme market conditions. So if you don't know why, I've always said to you guys, never put the majority of your money in one place. Now you're seeing exactly why. Now you're seeing exactly what I'm talking about. These companies cannot give the investors back their money. That's to me, that's criminal. To me, that's crazy. And if the banking system were doing this, then they could go back and they have FDIC insurance, and you can go to the feds and all this. You can't do this with crypto. They're just gonna sit on your money. Some exchange is based in Hong Kong. They don't care if you file a lawsuit. They don't care if you complain on the internet. And so ultimately, when you're reading about this does not mean that the crypto space is a bad place to invest. I am not here to tell you, and thank you for your kind words, Anita. I appreciate you very much. I'm not here to tell you not to invest in crypto. I'm just here to remind you that moderation is critical. I've always said never put more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio in the crypto space. And even in that 5 to 10%, aim for the cryptos that are strong. Aim for the Bitcoin, aim for the Ethereum. If you want to dig a little bit into some of the other stuff, that's fine too. But when you get to where you're putting all your money on Dogecoin, you're asking for trouble. When you're going into stuff that's brand new, that hasn't been tested, these brand new markets where you have a lot of illegal players in here, you have a lot of whales in here, you have a lot of market manipulation going on. These are very dangerous places. This is the equivalent of trying to go live in a bad neighborhood where there are no police. If you go live in a bad neighborhood where there are no police, but there's dope dealers and gangsters and pimps and killers everywhere, don't be surprised if you get shot at some point. You better know your way around, and you better have a gun. If you don't know your way around and have a gun, then you might need to either get some security or stay out of that neighborhood. That's what I see when I see the crypto space. It's not a play. This is not to create fear, uncertainty, and doubt artificially, but there are reasons to have fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You have to be a smart, careful investor, unless you want to lose all your money. I mean, if you don't care, then if you don't care, then I don't care. But if you care, then I care about you. All right. So anyway, let me keep going. The surge in cryptocurrency valuations over the last 2 years was aided by big name investments from companies such as Tesla in a period of lower interest rates during the pandemic that encouraged individuals stuck at home to buy riskier assets in hopes of greater returns. Interest rate increases now being enacted by the Fed come at a time when blowups in some crypto projects have rippled across the ecosystem. So-called stablecoin Terra USD broke from its $1 peg last month following intense selling pressure, leaving it and its original sister cryptocurrency Luna now nearly worthless. As its developers sought to defend Terra USD's peg, they sold Bitcoin reserves, weighing on the price of it and other assets. Crypto investors more recently have become concerned about a derivative of the cryptocurrency Ether that is locked up until the Ethereum network transitions to a less energy-intensive model. So-called Lido stake Ether has been trading at a discount to Ether itself recently. Quote, crypto has enough problems. It doesn't need the macro, said Noel Akerson, head of market insights at crypto lender Genesis Global Trading, in reference to rising interest rates and inflation concerns. So what does all that mean? What that means is that the crypto space is kind of in a bowl of shit right now. It's a complete mess right now. It's a mess because you had a lot of leverage happening there. You don't have central bank protection anymore. You also have a liquidity problem of epic proportions. When you have the deleveraging like this, when the value of equity assets drop, you get these margin calls, which requires you to come up with cash. Like when that one coin, what was that coin called again? The Terra USD. When the Terra USD started to drop, they had to go to their Bitcoin reserves to protect them. It's almost like saying we've got military reserves that are going to protect our shores in case we get invaded. Well, a lot of times you don't really know how gangster you are until something tests your gangster. Right? You can sit here and talk all day about how secure you are until you've had a real test of your security. Banks have to do federally, they have to do something called a stress test. A stress test means that they get tested, their gangster gets tested against various forms of economic disruption to ensure that they can maintain stability that is worthy of consumer confidence during times of economic distress. Terra USD never went through a stress test. They never got their gangster tested. So if I'm gonna think about this seriously, if I'm a rapper and I say, don't be testing my gangster, I'm gangster. I got security, I got guns, I got weapons. I'm the man. And I've never gone through anything. I've never been battle tested. I've never been in the military. I haven't even been in the street. How do you really know how I'm gonna respond when the stuff really hits the fan? And so the same thing is true with these cryptos. A lot of these cryptos were living off of artificial confidence. See, the thing about risk and security, and I know a lot about risk because I worked under a guy named Rene Stoltz, Rene. You can look him up. He's one of the leading risk management experts on the planet. I proofread a textbook for him when I was in graduate school. And one of the things I learned about risk is that there is risk that is real, there is risk that is not real, there is security that is real, and there is security that is not real. A lot of times you can think that there's risk when there is none, or you can believe there's no risk when the risk is very heavy. And so ultimately, when you're talking about crypto, there were a lot of people during the upturn who felt very secure, very confident that, hey, this can only go up. We're doing great. Oh, hey, but what happens if you have a liquidity problem with your? Oh, it's gonna be fine. We've got the perfect algorithm. We've got billions in reserves. We're ready. Well, you don't know if you're ready until you really are tested to see if you're ready. So the crypto market has been tested and it has failed the test. A lot of these projects out here are absolute garbage. They weren't preparing for the downside, and this is the mistake you make. See, well, here's the problem. Let me explain something to you about black people. I love black people, and I've been knowing them for a long time. I've been black my whole life now, and I study black investors for a long time. The problem for black people, the reason we don't invest at the level that we should, is because we are too afraid to take a risk. Right? We are too focused on the downside. We're too focused on all the things that can go wrong. That's why when you started your business or decided to invest, your grandma was like, "Well, baby, don't be investing your money. Don't quit your job. You know what's going to happen if you quit your job." Right? We tend to see the downside too much. Well, the crypto investors go, not all of them. I'm not putting them in a lump at all. But the people who became the crypto billionaires, the people that were running these new projects, they did the opposite. They didn't look at the downside hard enough. They only looked at the upside. They didn't think about what could go wrong. They only thought about what could go right. I mean, my God, you're 24 years old. You've made $2 billion. Of course, everything that you do is going to turn to gold, right? Of course, it's always going to work out. Of course, it's going to be perfect, right? So they took chances that I wouldn't have recommended even when they were doing it. And if you go back in time when we were talking about crypto, but when times were good, that was the consistent theme. Just be really careful over in that space because a lot of things could go wrong. Crypto is not a strong, solid market. It is a market in its infancy. It's like going to live in a territory that is completely undiscovered. The first people to move to Mars can't go to Mars and take a whole bunch of chances because you don't know the terrain, you don't know the environment, you don't have everything that you need, you don't know what's going to happen. So you got to be really, really careful. Crypto is like moving to Mars, trading in the crypto space. It's a very new primitive space. So there are tremendous opportunities there. That's why I recommend investing in crypto on some level. This is not my recommendations, it's not me investment advice, but I'm an investor in crypto. I own a lot of crypto. I own thousands and thousands of dollars worth of crypto. So don't think that I'm saying that crypto is bad. I'm saying crypto is risky. That's what I'm saying. And I'm also saying that it's extra risky because the people in that space, they're taking on a lot of leverage and they don't have much of anything to back it up. That's a double whammy. They have nobody to bail them out if things go wrong, and they're taking on insane amounts of debt. And so I bet you that a lot of these companies like crypto.com, I think that they bought the naming rights of the arena that the Lakers play in or something crazy like that. They're doing these big extravagant things because the money's good. Well, now that the money's bad, you're going to see them kind of tone it down a little bit, and they're going to actually shift in terms of how they invest because now they've got something else in their memory that's going to remind them of the things that can go wrong if they're not careful. All right. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'm sticking to it. I hope that this conversation was helpful to you. Also, I'm going to remind you guys, if you go to boycewatkins.com, feel free to go pick up a copy of my economic survival plan. I put together a series of lectures on the rules of economic self-defense. And I did it, honestly, you don't have to be black to go take a look, but I did it for black people because one of the things that black people don't always understand growing up is that your economics are used to control you. Economic warfare is applied all throughout the world. It's specifically applied to oppress people. So how you raise your kids on economics, how you think about economics, how you go about making your money is extremely important when you talk about trying to obtain your freedom. So that's what the economic survival plan is all about, and it's breaking all that down for you, and it's yours for life. You own it for life. So feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. The link is right there at the top. Use the code word Dr. Boyce, all one word, if you want to get 20% off. That's something I just want to offer you guys in case you're interested. All right. So anyway, have a good day. God bless you. I hope you make a ton of money and good luck. And if you want to know what I'm going to be doing, I might buy a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum. I might buy as it's going down. If it keeps going down, I don't mind dollar cost averaging. I want to be a long-term investor because I do believe in the crypto space. But just be careful. I don't want you to lose. I want you to make money. All right. So have a good day, everybody. God bless you. Love you. I'll see you soon. Peace.